Ladies and gentlemen, we have the newest, brand new hot altcoin of the week or the month. I don't even know anymore. So in this video, I want to try and figure out alongside with you guys, is it time to ape into Apecoin? Let's review what this coin is about, touch on some price action, and then at the end of the video, stick around because I'm going to talk about whether or not I'm aping into Apecoin, what I think is the best up-and-coming investment opportunity in this crypto space. So if you like the sound of that, do me a favor, like and subscribe and hit that bell icon to be notified of new uploads, because we're trying to get $1 million or go to the moon afterwards. We would like to help you do the same along the way, so make sure you stay tuned. Without further ado, let's delve into it. So, ladies and genitals, according to Coinbase, this thing is literally just going up and to the right. So it seems like something we should definitely be paying attention to. But does that mean should we ape in? Well, first, let's try and figure out what this thing is all about.
Hey, I do is your mess. Hey, can't keep my pants. Hey, my sister don't love me no more. Hey, she kicked me out on life, bro. Hey, that's don't wanna be friends. Hey, I give her she I met. Hey, she put her 10 on.
I'm not afraid to admit, I've been in crypto full time for a couple years now, and I still have no idea what Web3 is. And if anybody tells you they know what Web3 is, they're lying to you. Okay, so the Apecoin seems to be a governance coin that allows you to vote in the DAO. Apecoin is the ecosystem's utility token, giving all the participants in a shared and open currency that can be used without centralized intermediaries. Apecoin provides access to certain parts of the ecosystem that are otherwise unavailable, such as exclusive games, merch, events, and services. Apecoin is a tool for third-party developers to participate in the ecosystem by incorporating Ape into their services, games, and other projects. So far, this seems to be a glorified governance token on a DAO that doesn't really seem to have the capability to do much except give out merch and build out games and events. All right, total supply is fixed at 1 billion tokens. No minting capability is exposed to the contract interface. Thus, the total supply will never increase. Similarly, the contract interface does not expose any token burning capability, so the total supply will never decrease. In line with the standard practice, a portion of the tokens for contributors to the project will be initially locked. Locked tokens will be unlocked over a period of 48 months in accordance with the predetermined unlock schedule. In the chart below, starting on launch day, March 17th, 2022, Apecoin will be distributed among forming groups as detailed in the chart below. Wallets holding tokens allotted to the DAO treasury and resources can be viewed here. Wow, that's a mouthful. All right, basically 1 bill max supply, no inflation. We got some team tokens. They're locked for 48 months. All right, we can see the more detailed distribution of the token supply and which NFT clubs get to mint what tokens. So it seems that if you're an NFT holder of any one of these projects, Bored Ape Club, Mutant Ape, Bored Ape plus Kennel Club, Mutant Ape plus Kennel Club, you get to possibly mint some of these tokens.
Hey, look at my wrist about 10. Hey, just got a pound of the booth. Hey, but that straight to the booth. Hey, tell me my health is a fool's. Hey, she said one for which I do. Hey, you put a gun on my mask. Hey, I put a hole in your parents. Hey, I just got lean on my zoomies. Hey, I got a Uzi, no Uzi. Fuck me, look at me. Hey, fuck on me, yeah. Look at me, look at me, look at me, yeah. Look at me, yeah. Hey, look at me, yeah. Look at me, look at me. Look at me, yeah. Look at me, look at me, yeah. Hey. Hey, shouts out Benz now. Hey. That little got a throat full. I like the rock, but I'm misfit. My emo like a wrist slit. Curly hair like I'm poor pink. Got like three, like I'm more man. On your man forehead. Don't want your just one. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Me. Look at me. Yeah. Hey. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Me. Look at me. Yeah.
All right, folks, I'm gonna give it to you straight. This just seems to be, the team capitalizing on the hype of and the success of the Bored Ape Yacht Club and trying to, tokenize that hype into a token. They have a DAO, in which that DAO will do some merch, will do events. You can potentially get perks within video games and certain groups, and so there is some utility there. But with that being said, it really just seems like they're capitalizing on the hype, which, hey, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with having a community token. Bored Ape Yacht Club is a very, very A-list blue chip NFT project out there. And look, folks, there's, I mean, it seems like tens of thousands of different NFT art projects out there, and the vast majority of them are very likely to not be around, 5-10 years from now. But Bored Ape Yacht Club, amongst some of the others previously mentioned, are some of those kind of blue chips that people speculate do have that long-term staying potential. And so, folks, whether or not it makes sense to personally ape in, before I kind of give my final answer, let's talk about kind of some of the tokenomics here. Well, not necessarily the tokenomics, some brief price action here. So what are we seeing? We had our first kind of parabolic uptrend here with this kind of, I can do a much better job than that, with this kind of like parabola price structure where we're starting to get those new lower lows coming in, kind of breaking the short-term parabolic price structure. Aside from that, folks, again, we're starting to see those lower highs come in, followed by lower lows. So it does seem like we're seeing the first signs of bearish trend reversal here. All right, we had our recent relief rally get rejected on our previously established base of support / resistance here at roughly $14.80. This is a bit of a range, but basically, folks, until we can maintain a higher high by a half-hour hourly closing basis above $14.80, I do believe that we are quite bearish and forming something of a descending triangle slash. Yeah, I would argue this to be a descending triangle. I mean, you can make the case that, we're seeing something of a wedge here. It's ultimately the same thing. We're forming a consolidation pattern where unless we can see higher highs maintained for a good period of time, let's say an hourly, I would personally be leaning towards the more bearish side, folks. We have quite a bit of resistance above us, based off volume, HTML clouds, previous price reactive base of support. So until we maintain a higher high, I do believe that the bears probably have the short term. They're probably likely to be in charge of the short term, unless again we maintain a higher high. So it seems to be like we may be attempting a breakout here in the moment. Cool, great. Until we maintain that higher high, I want to see half hours. I want to see hourlies closing above 1480. Then I would personally feel comfortable as a trade buying on strength, even though you might be buying at a slightly higher valuation. If you buy on a maintained higher high, in my opinion, you're buying into bullish confirmation and strength with an increased likelihood that we continue to see an uptrend. With these lower highs and lower lows starting to come in after kind of our first parabola, I would want to play things extra cautiously. Now, I would want to see also 1360 remain as support. If 1360 doesn't hold that support, well, folks, you best hope 1285 don't hold. Then we're probably falling to this consolidation region here. Now, it's hard to call an exact range based on price action, fibs, volume. It's hard to call, but basically, I would say 1190 to about 1070 becomes very realistic if we start to lose 1360, and then if we lose around 1290 as well. Now, folks, it's not just that. We got to consider the fact that this is definitely uncertain times with Bitcoin in the global markets. With wars seemingly all over the world, Russia specifically making the European nations uneasy. Every bit of escalatory action that's taken all over the world causes a global spook where trade gets shut down, supply chains get affected. It causes a global risk-off approach. So we need to be very wary. And with Bitcoin, not extremely confident, and with a macro bear market in question, I would want to play something like Apecoin, which is a highly speculative, brand new altcoin after a FOMO pump with a great deal of speculation. And if I were to get into this thing, I would personally treat it as a trade, even though over the long term, who knows, if Bored Ape Yacht Club continues to stick around, then this may continue to have some value. So I definitely don't want to dissuade anyone because this is crypto, and in crypto anything can happen. But I would ultimately want to answer the question as to whether or not I would invest into something like this. And personally, folks, guys, look, I've been in crypto full time for quite a long time now. I've seen all these narratives come and go, the NFT hype wave, the DeFi summer, first DeFi summer 2.0. I saw the metaverse hype wave come and go, and all these different narratives. And what I've learned is that there's certain particular niches that have been very successful and are likely to continue being successful in the near future. And look, guys, I said this to our VIP Discord group nonstop, and I say this on the channel all the time, because I truly believe I have found the next best investment opportunity. And while there is some potential, at least hypothetically, theoretically, with Apecoin, I think I found something of higher quality with potentially higher upside as well. And folks, that is Pulsechain. I've been talking about this project non-stop in our Discord and in our YouTube channel for a very, very good reason. Folks, Pulsechain is the next major Ethereum competitor. It's the next Cardano. It's the next Solana with faster, cheaper transactions. Not to mention the world's largest airdrop in history. Where, hey, if you hold Apecoin at the time of the Pulsechain fork, you will get a copy of your Apecoin coins on the Pulsechain network. And this goes for every single ERC20 and NFT you hold in a wallet you have the private keys to, basically not on exchange. And the reason why I think this is a very superior investment opportunity, far more superior than some more speculative plays such as Apecoin, because Apecoin is really trying to innovate and it's really carving out its own niche. We haven't really seen a track record of NFT community coins succeeding. Maybe this will succeed, but there's not really a track record. There is a track record of Cardano, Solana, Avalanche, AVAX doing hundreds of X's growth in the last several years, and I think Pulsechain is the next cryptocurrency to do something similar. Of course, not financial advice. I don't know that for sure. This cryptocurrency is not even out yet. But what I would say, folks, is that I would currently treat any opportunity with Apecoin, any profits I would personally get, I would put in stable coins, have some dry powder, and wait until Pulsechain comes out and dollar cost averaging of this thing, because there is a track record of brand new Ethereum competitors performing hundreds of X price growth over the next several years. And the reason why I think, some of the two major reasons why I think Pulsechain is likely to be one of the best performing cryptocurrencies for the next several years to come is because, number one, folks, there is a direct correlation between how early you are and your potential return on investment. If you got in super early into Apecoin, great, good for you. You probably did fantastic. I mean, from the local bottom here, we're currently up over 120%. So as we can see, folks, it pays to be early, and that's exactly the opportunity we have with Pulsechain here. Pulsechain also has the explicit design intention for price appreciation. Pulsechain was meant to be the ETH competitor with the best tokenomics. It will have max supply from day one and be deflationary proof of stake from day one. Something like Apecoin has some governance features, but frankly, this is largely being driven due to speculation and the performance of the Bored Ape Yacht Club NFTs and a DAO function. While something like Pulsechain could be the next big ETH competitor. So folks, the point of this video is not to dissuade anyone from chasing opportunity. The point of this video is to try and show you guys where I think true, real, high quality opportunity lie. It is so rare to find an investment opportunity that is of extreme high quality with extreme high ROI, and that is exactly the case we see with Pulsechain that I believe is missing with Apecoin due to this being a bit more of a speculative niche. There's not really that track record of, again, NFT community coins performing extremely well over the long term and sticking around. It may do that, but there's not the track record. Where there is a track record of, again, Cardano, Solana, Polkadot, Avalanche, AVAX doing hundreds of X growth in the last several years. And because of the demand for throughput in this ecosystem is so high, I believe there's 100% room in this space for Pulsechain. So folks, would I buy Apecoin? I wouldn't. I would personally treat it as a trade. Sure, could they succeed over long term? Who knows? But I think, in my opinion, and again, guys, I bring this to you because all I do is do research in this crypto space to find the next life-changing investment to bring financial freedom, and I truly believe Pulsechain is that next opportunity and not Apecoin. So if you disagree or you agree with me, let me know down in the comments below. If you like the video, make sure you like and subscribe. If you want to support us, join our Patreon. There's a link for that down in the description below. You get access to our VIP Discord group where I talk about what project I'm interested in, what I'm hopping in and out of, all that good stuff. So make sure you check that out. Links for everything down in the description below. Make sure you like and subscribe. Hit that bell icon to be notified of new uploads. Make sure you share the video. Until next time, folks, take care.
Got a throat full. I like to rock it on this fit. My emo like a wrist slit. Curly hair like I'm poor. Pink. Got like three, like I'm more. Man, on your man forehead. Don't want your just want. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me.